land of liberty is my home, and let us keep it standing. Is the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only, the one and only, the one and only. Love is all we need to make a stand. Love is all we need to make a stand. This is the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart and let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Oh, sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make a stand. Unify and have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home, and let us keep it standing. Is the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only, the one and only, the one and only. Love is all we need to make a stand. Love is all we need to make a stand.
Hey, you there. Hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out.
Have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Land of liberty is my home, and let us keep it standing. Is the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. It's the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. To live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. And let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only, the one and only, the one and only. Sweet Liberia. Love is all we need to make a stand. Love is all we need to make a stand. This is the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Oh, sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make a stand. Unify and have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. And let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home we have. Say sweet
there, hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out.
Have a peaceful home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Of liberty is my home, and let us keep it standing. Is the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, the splendid of liberty is my home. It's the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness,
Mama Show.
we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Our home. Let us keep
want to say a pleasant welcome. Thank you for joining another edition of the Dakpannah Show. I'm excited to be back with you on the nation's premier platform where we discuss the issues that matter most to Nigeria, our common denominator, our common patrimony. I want to say wherever you are, however you're following, thank you for joining me on this brand new edition of the Dakpannah Show. It's good being here with you on the nation's premier platform. Wherever you are, however you're following, I want to say welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for joining me. I'm appealing to all of you guys that are following the broadcast to please help us share the live so that we can afford others the opportunity to come on here. Let's discuss the issues that matter most to Liberia, focusing on the growth and development of our common denominator, our common patrimony, Liberia. Everything Liberia and Liberian related. Welcome to the broadcast. Tell a friend to invite a friend. This is the Dakpannah Show, your one-stop shop for accurate, balanced, incredible news and information. I want to say welcome to you. Thank you for joining. We consider all of you guys as our cherishable audience, cherishable listeners, followers, viewers. I want to say welcome to you all. Thank you for joining. I want to say thank you for joining the broadcast. If you are just tuning in, this is the Dakpannah Show. We are broadcasting live and direct via Dakpannah 24 News and Television. I want to say welcome to the broadcast. It's so good being with you on another edition of the Dakpannah Show. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that discusses topics of national significance. On the Dakpannah Show, we agree to disagree with dialogue and not confrontation. We on the Dakpannah Show will seek to make Liberia and the entire world a wholesome, functioning society for all of us. Want to say welcome wherever you are, however you are following. We afford all the opportunity to come on here so that we can discuss everything Liberia and Liberian related. The Dakpannah Show is your one-stop shop for accurate, balanced, incredible news and information. On the Dakpannah Show, we speak words and we do not shoot bullets. The Dakpannah Show is a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst us all. I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Wherever you are, however you're following, we have a lot of things to talk about. If you don't know who I be, I am your one and only, the indefatigable perspicacious Dakpannah, and I'm broadcasting to you from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television. Welcome to the Dakpannah Show, your one-stop shop for accurate, balanced, and credible news and information. Share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. Let's afford others the opportunity to come on here and discuss the issues that matter most to Liberia. I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm excited to be back with you on the nation's premier platform. A lot of things to talk about. A lot of things to talk about. We got a lot of things to talk about. You dare can afford to miss this edition because you'll be missing all of the goodies as it relates to information dissemination. I want to say welcome to you. Thank you for joining. I'm excited to be back. I'm urging all of you guys to get on board, sit back and relax. Tighten your seatbelt. I'm the chief driver here. I want to drive you to safely. I want to say if you are following for Africa, all of you guys in Africa, welcome. If you are in Australia, welcome. Asia, welcome. Or are you following from Europe? Welcome. Thank you for joining the broadcast. If you are following from Europe, are you following from North America? I want to say welcome. South America, welcome. Wherever you are following from, I want to say welcome to all of you guys joining the broadcast. It's so good being back with you. On the Dakpannah Show, we solicit the views of everywhere many Liberian. No matter which part of the political divide you may be, no matter your political leaning, we afford all the opportunity to come here and discuss the issues that matter most to Liberia. So I want to say welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast. I'm excited, so excited to be back with you. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm excited to be with you. Continue to share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. If you are new here, welcome. This is the Dakpannah Show. I want to say welcome. Welcome. Let me try to bring my colleagues. Mr. Papi, Mr. Papi Sylvia Cody, my dear brother.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, my dear brother. After a long stay, welcome back.
Good afternoon. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, yeah, we are getting feedback from you.
One
They,
second.
yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, we are hearing you loud and clear.
But yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you.
Thank you for joining the broadcast. And what's going on, Papi? How's the U.S.? How are you faring on this Sunday?
America is the best country to live, so that's the only thing I can say. I'm feeling very good. Unlike the criminal kingdom of George Weah.
Why criminal kingdom of George? What do you mean by that?
Dakpannah, are we? You asked me how my Sunday, right? And I told you America is the best place to be at
Yeah,
this
but
time.
you saying the criminal kingdom of George? I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So, all right. Since you don't know what we're talking, what I'm talking about, please go to our talking point, please.
Anyway, it's good to have you back. A lot of things been happening within the motherland over the week. We saw a lot of stuff happening. But firstly, I want for us to look at the president's visit to the United States of America. And I think President Weah left the country. I think he left. I think on a Friday or on Thursday, but he left this week, the end of the weekend. And what I understand from the executive mansion website is that he will be visiting the U.S. and that of UAE. I think he's coming to complete the U.S. African Leadership Summit. Yeah, so he will be coming here, and then he will also be visiting the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. So, what do you make of the visit here? I guess you've been gathering some information as it relates to the president's visit. What do you make of the president's visit to those two countries?
Well, first of all, like you said, it is in continuation of the Biden Africa U.S. Summit invitation that were extended to African leaders, um, and they again during that time extended the president another invite to be back around about this time. And from the information that we gathered, is that Mr. Weah
Mm,
departed the country uh, on the 17th.
mhm,
His first leg of his travel going to take him to the United Arab Emirates,
mhm,
and following that, he will be uh, coming to during that time. From the information that we gathered, is that President Weah will also will be having key discussion with officials of government and development partners, as well as investors in the UAE.
mhm,
The president was accompanied, according to the information that we gathered, by His Excellency Ambassador D. Mazwe Sakemaya, Minister of Foreign
mhm,
Affairs,
mhm,
Councillor Frank Musa Dane, who having to be
mhm.
the chief,
So there's the
uh,
Attorney General,
the Minister of Justice and
Justice.
Attorney
Yes.
General, and Defense Minister,
Mhm,
retired um, Mr. Daniel Zianga is also
mhm,
on that trip.
mhm,
Mawani Diggs, the Minister of Commerce from Information, is also on that trip. And this time around, the president has finally choose to travel with his information minister.
But
Uh,
but
no,
Papi,
hold
I
on for
really don't
me,
know
please.
that.
Hold on for me. Hold
Since
on
the
for
president
me,
got elected, only one time
please.
he
Hold
hasn't
on for
traveled with the
me.
president.
Hold
Go
on for
ahead.
me. Hold on for me. Finally, after public Accra, he have chosen Mr. Julius Rennie
Mm,
to travel with him, which is commendable. And for me, I call him the Vulu economist. Samuel Tue is also on the trip. Is also on that trip. And this quote unquote de facto minister of state, who is also the commissioner general or the commissioner uh, of the Liberia Maritime Authority, every trip he's on it. I don't know for what. What are they going to discuss maritime issue in the UAE or what? They stay. He's the same person at the end of the day when they go on the trip. He's designated to speak by the president. I mean, to come and tell us that the president got 200 million and these are up to now we yet to
but,
see the
but
200 million
but
that
should
he
that
spoke about.
should,
Mr. Ledger,
should that be the problem with him traveling? Is there any problem with that?
every leg of the travel of the president, he's on it, and he's supposed to be talking about our territorial water as well as well as our maritime program. And every trip of this president, Mr. Eugene Nangwe is on this trip. You don't see it to be anything, but it's an issue.
Okay.
It's an issue. It's an issue. Okay,
But
the
he
president is
but
going to
he's a government official,
the
and
president is
and
going to UAE.
mm, mm.
Let the president tell, the UAE are going to meet with the maritime organization there. So with that, we know that Mr. Eugene Nangwe, he's needful on that trip. Okay, I coming to the to the United States. I'll also be meeting with the Coast Guard and whatever. So he's needed on the trip. So, but every time, even the president going to African countries, I better see him functioning as Commissioner General of the Liberia Maritime Authority. But rather every trip he's on it. For you don't take it to be something serious, but it's concerning. It's
Why?
concerning.
So why
It's
is it
concerning.
concerning? Why is it concerning? Because there is a man that works within the government, and he's a
Mhm.
confidant of the president. So President we have feels comfortable involving him in all of the troubles. So why is it concerning?
It is concerning because we have a lot of issues and situations that should be handled by this gentleman, especially with our maritime beach waterway projects. I mean, it's crucial to us. I mean, more especially, as you may be aware, Grand Bassa is being wiped out gradually by the sea. This gentleman,
Okay.
instead of him to come up to tell
Mhm.
us programs or mechanism that has been put in place, but rather every steps along the way he's on a flight with President Weah. Fanatic of George Weah do not see it as problem. Like people like Dakpannah don't see it as a problem.
But maritime authority is not only centered around Eugene Nangwe. You have other people
So
over there.
so who handles the beach and waterway projects within our country? Dakpannah.
That's the maritime, but Eugene
So tell
Nangwe is
me.
not the only guy. He's not the only guy at maritime. You have other officials at maritime.
All right.
And these
So
days, we are in a modern world where you can work for anywhere. You know that.
you can work for anywhere. You can work Vadra. I agree with you.
Mhm, mhm.
But since the ascendancy of this gentleman, I stand to be corrected. There has been no tangible programs under his leadership as it relates to the beach and waterway projects that we saw in the previous administration. Like we saw in the previous administration. Tell me one. single program that has been launched by this gentleman since he took over the maritime. The only thing, for example, the last time I ever saw him travel was the rape case involving Moses Owen Brown, who is Liberia permanent representative to IMO, who was involved into this rape situation in South Korea. And that was the last time he traveled alone to South Korea because he needed to go to represent the government. The government as we speak. So fanatic of the president don't see it as a problem. They don't see it as a problem, but it's an issue. It's concerning. It's concerning. The Liberian taxpayer is paying this gentleman. Just so you know, he's coming on this trip. Is not please, nice, and thank you bringing him on this trip.
Well,
it's not please.
Okay, all right, Papi, we understand now. Let's stay with maritime.
And also,
hold
on, I have not concluded. I was just going through lists of things that the president, people are going with the president. And also, while the president will be away, the Honorable G. Wisa Blamo will chair the cabinet in consultation with the vice president and with telephone conversation as usual with the president. Good. Granted. The Minister of State in consultation with the vice president, at least this time around, this vice president is being recognized.
It has always been the case. It has always been the case, Papi.
It has been the case because electionary period is closing on us. It has been a case. It was not a case 2018. It was not a case 2019. To the extent even $1,000 voucher cannot be approved for this vice president at the Ministry
But
of Finance.
I don't know your point of argument yet. Things happen even in the family. Things happen in the church, in the mosque. So they had some issues, but we should even commend them that they were able to settle it. Today, they are united, they are together, they are working for the common good of the Liberian people. So why are you digging your own wounds?
So, and like for example, officials of government are making a stream. Like for example, the president is going to the CIA. Yes, his justice minister is very needful on that trip. The information minister is very needful on that trip, as
And
well
also
as the
the
defense
defense
minister.
minister.
Yeah. So what is this commerce minister going to go do? My winning
Well,
days.
perhaps.
When situation that she's supposed to be sitting down back home to be taking care of our commerce and industry. What is he going to do? Is it in affirmation or in confirmation of the allegation, quote unquote, this is another George React check?
No, I don't think we should go that route. You don't have no facts, nothing at all.
Tell us now. I just told you.
This woman is a professional woman. This woman, when she was in the United States, she served as a vice president for the university. So you're not just talking about an ordinary person.
Nobody says she's a professional. I'm only asking a simple question. Dakpannah, what is Mawini Dick's role?
She's a commerce minister. But all those people, they work at the will and pleasure of the president. If the president doesn't invite them, they won't go.
Mawini Dix is not only, in fact, Mawini Dix did not flew on bread back. She sat in a plane. She didn't sit out in, how you call it, economic class. Just so you know. Just so you know. And at the end of the day, and I'm pleased and thank you for her on our flight.
But she's a senior government official. She's a member of the cabinet.
We're talking about serious situation in our country. Our people are hungry. There are areas that need to be funded. Sometimes try to manage the team. Like for example, Julius Rennie, the Minister of Information, he's very needful on the trip. He's very, very needful on the trip. The president is having 2 legs of travels. He's very needful on that trip. The Justice Minister, because the fact of the matter, the president is coming to the CIA. It has to do with, legal situation. Also, the Defense Minister. is also needful, as well as his foreign minister.
But you are also forgetting to know that they are also going to clamors the U.S. Africa Leadership Summit. So perhaps Mawani D is needed for that part.
Dakpannah,
But 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 Papi,
Dakpannah,
I want for us to move back to maritime. I want for us to
Dakpannah.
go back to maritime. Mhm.
Let's go back to maritime. You have
Yes.
not introduced, or
So
you have not tell me
mhm.
the talking point for the day. I was just trying to rumble through the list of people that are making a trip with the
Yeah.
president this time around that left
So
Liberia
we
since the 17th. But now you telling me we should go back to look at issues as it relates to
yeah
maritime.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
What do you want
so
us to look at?
we discussing all of the training issues that occurred during the week. So that now when I go back to maritime, this lady called a winner, right? I don't know
Mm-hmm,
her name is a winner. This
mm-hmm,
lady she was rejected as a deputy commissioner as maritime, and
mm-hmm.
then after some time, President Weah renominated her.
Renominated her.
So today she is confirmed by the Senate. What really went wrong? Why was she rejected, and why was she accepted at this time? Why they couldn't accept her before, but now they rejected her back in the days. Now they are accepting her today.
Thank
What is
you.
the change? We are
Thank
talking
you.
about the Liberian Senate. Those people
Thank
who
you.
we elected up
Thank you.
Capitol Hill to seek the
Mhm.
interest of the Liberian people. You guys disqualified this lady. You said that the lady was unfair. She was unqualified. At the end of the day, what happened?
Thank you.
I will understand Charles Gibson on a case. Charles Gibson, he was nominated, he was appointed by the president to serve as justice minister, but he had issue with the Supreme Court. I think he and
Mhm.
a client had issue, he ate a client money or something, he paid the money back and all that. So because of that, the Senate.
Integrity issue.
Yes, yes. The Senate rejected him, and when he settled with the Supreme Court gave him a clearance. And then when President Weah nominated him to Labour, the Senate saw the need that okay, let me clear with the Supreme Court. There's no fault on him. That one is understandable. But this
All
lady,
right.
a winner, you said that she was unfair, she was unqualified. But today,
Okay.
you have confirmed her. It does a slap in the face of the Liberian people.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mhm,
I am not. I am not the disclaimer here. I am not the official spokesperson for the Liberian
mhm,
Senate. Mr. Alfred
mhm,
Johnson is the one that is taking pay as the spokesperson or the
mhm,
communication person for the Liberian Senate. But this is
mhm,
what I have to say.
mhm,
Committee, the Senate Working Committee,
mhm,
and the higher decision-making body of the Liberian Senate is the full plenary.
mhm.
Whatever thing that is done in committee room,
But
they
but
will have
but
to be
Papi, this time around the
hold on.
committee, this time
Let me
around confirm
let me end my thought.
but yeah, I know your end. But what I want to say is this time around this committee clear her. They said she was qualified, but before they rejected her, and the plenary followed suit. But this time around they clear her. They said she was qualified. That's how
Do
the
you
plenary
do
decided to
you
vote her.
do you have the rejection note the first time?
Well, I don't have it in my possession, but we follow
Okay.
the Senate hearing
From
and
what
we
I
and they
know,
read it.
from what
Hmm.
from what I know, and from what I've
Hmm.
heard, and from what I learned from senators,
Hmm.
you know, from what I learned from senators, they had
Hmm.
issue with her academic credential. That is,
Hmm.
she said she was pending for graduation,
Hmm.
and the committee said to her, "You need to complete your graduation and come back. We'll inform your the appointing power about it.
Okay,
We inform the
that
appointing
that's a
power."
news. That's a news to me. But anyway, hmm.
It is a news to you. I'm just telling you what I heard and what
Okay.
I spoke to some senators about it. So it is the prerogative of the plenary, who is the higher decision-making body this time around, after they have received a new nomination letter from the executive marshal, to go ahead and instruct the committee responsible to be able to conduct confirmation hearing, and the committee decided yes. And as I learned, the lady just graduated from the aviation school in Kenya. So right now,
Mhm.
she's back in country. So
Papi, are you there? Okay, we are not getting you, Papi. But if you are just tuning in, this is the Dakpannah Show, and we are discussing wide range of national issues, all of the issues that occur during the course of the week. I'm here with my dear friend and brother, Papi Savior Cuddy. I was also expecting to have Samuel Flomo Jr. from Bon County to join the broadcast, but I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. But that's the issue. Papi, I, don't, I like there's a call that came in or whatever. Papi, I'm not hearing you. So okay, so that's what it is. I really don't know. Okay, we'll get, like Papi will come back. Like Papi got interrupted. So I really don't know what led to the decision of the Liberian Senate. This lady, she was rejected at first. They said that she was not qualified, she was unfit, and at the end of the day, they rejected her. And then after some time, President Weah re-nominated her. Today, she went for confirmation hearing, and now she have been confirmed by the Liberian Senate. So I really don't know what was wrong before and what is right now. What was wrong before and what is right now. But anyway, that's the Liberian Senate. They are the ones who have the constitutional power to confirm public officials. So they made that decision. But the fact of the matter here is that you rejected this lady on the ground that she was not qualified. Even if we even take the argument that Papi pushing, if we take it into consideration that at that time she hasn't graduated from the school, but then now it is proving that she has since graduated. But then why will you just graduate from a school and then you get right away you get a position, that kind of top level position? What's the experience? What's the experience? She hasn't even worked in to be able to perform to some level before. But that's the case of the lady a winner. She was appointed by President Weah before. She was rejected on the grounds that she didn't have the academic qualification to serve in her position. But after some time, President Weah renominated her recently. Now she has since been confirmed. So that's a win on there. Now, President Weah is visiting the United States and UAE. And I think you all know that they had the US Africa Leadership Summit, which was in December of last year. And I think this is the final lap of it. So President Weah and other African leaders will be coming, and then I think President Weah will be visiting UAE before. I don't know where he's in UAE now, but whatever. But yeah, so that's it. So firstly, I want to say thanks to all of you guys for joining. Continue to share the live. I don't know what's happening with Papi, but we hope that we can get him to come back. But if the voter registration will be on tomorrow, the voter registration will be on tomorrow. I want you all to encourage all of your friends, your families, relatives, and loved ones to turn up and register. Because if you register, that's what will qualify you to be able to vote in the elections comes October 10. So I think is It's a good thing that we encourage all of our people to go out, register to vote. Go out, register to vote. So you got to be part of the registration process. That will qualify you for the election. The process is beginning tomorrow, which March 20th. First phase will start from March 20th to the 9th of April. The 9th of April. Okay, I think, let me see. Let me see if I can get Papi back. Yeah, let me see if I can get Papi. Welcome to all of you guys that are following the broadcast. Welcome. Trying to get Papi back. All right, Papi, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
I'm in the car at the same time. My phone died on me, so that
Oh,
was that was a sluggish
okay,
error on my part. So I had to
okay,
run. I had to run to get a charger. All right.
okay. So
So
you're making a point as it relates to a winner. Mhm.
yeah. So the young lady, I don't know her from anywhere. Dakpannah, it could be you. If the
Mhm.
Senate or the Senate decide that, oh, Dakpannah, you said you graduating 7 months from now. She's not a una person. Even doing Mrs. Selling time. There were some
Mhm.
people that were rejected, and at the end of the day, after Amara Kone, for example,
Mhm.
Amara Kone was in Dressel University, and Mrs. Sally told him to come back at the end of the day when he completed, when he went and they nominated him where Ministry of Planning. Do you remember that? Subsequently, before when Gafuan left to go to Foreign Ministry, they merged Ministry of Planning and Ministry of Finance and Development Planning.
Mhm.
That's how it is. So she got her credential right. At the end of the day, the committee decided that, oh yeah, she's good. And they recommend to the plenary. Plenary is the higher decision-making body. So there is no argument about it. So, I mean, she's qualified. She's a young woman. She deserves to work. That's it. There's no
Okay.
question about that. You'll say,
But
oh, they
but
like
but
this.
but what's the experience? You have the qualification, but you don't have
Mhm.
the requisite experience for said position. You are talking about
So
deputy commissioner.
what is the TOR for the job? If you have the TOR now for the job, that is the term of reference, then we'll
Mhm.
be talking about, oh, she's relatively young from the classroom. She don't have the the practical work experience, but the academic credential, she has it. So only the TOR can be able to prove that, oh, a winner is not qualified to do the job. And you and myself right now as we speak, we do not have it. So if we have it and we start to critique or critique the position per the TOR, then we got a point.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the voter registration.
Okay,
The process will begin on tomorrow.
perfect.
President,
Here's
we
what
are
I
issue
mean.
a statement encouraging Liberians to turn out and register to vote.
I mean, like I said, I will say this again.
Mhm.
It is about time. First of all, I'd like to commend the National Elections Commission as well as ECOWAS and other international partners. From the look of things, we have a perfect process. What do I say? Dakpannah, there is a link right
Mhm.
now on the Elections Commission website.
Mhm.
Without you queuing in, you can stay to your
Yeah,
hall, you
I've
enter
been
your
saying
data.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you enter your data, and as soon as you get there, they're going to scan that QR code and they print your ID. They give it to you right there. You're gone. You're gone. And guess
Mhm.
what? If you say you live in Bannersville, they got different communities. They got Deborah Moore open Bannerville. They got Tusafi. They got two Safi A, two Safi B, they divided the areas. And it is
Mm-hmm.
all being, highlighted. So for that, I will first of all commend the technical team at the National Elections Commission for working hard along with their partners, the UNDP,
Mm-hmm.
ECOWAS, and as well as the United Nations to be able to, and USAID, to be able to put in place a sophisticated system, a system that will help the process, that will help to alleviate fraud. Instead of somebody coming, they're using pen, they're doing this, they're doing that. Like I listened to Mr. Henry Bob Flomo, who having to be the communication director of the National Elections Commission, and one other technicians at the Elections Commission on Spoon. From oh my God, hello, do you get me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah. So from what they explained yesterday, and from what I've been reading, and from myself, I tested it. I tested the process. That is, I
Okay.
sat here. I sat here in America, and at the end of the day, I enter my data, and the place I live in Liberia. It went through. The only thing I have to
Okay.
do, if I appear before any of those centers tomorrow, especially because I say I live dry rest market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dry rest market.
Mm-hmm.
Direct
Mm-hmm.
market A. What I need to do is to just show my phone and the QR code. They just scan that QR code. All of my information is being imported into the system. That's it.
That's the biometric process.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And no hauling and pulling this, that, or somebody asking you how you spell a name. For example, so kind of 50, that's a 60-year-old Oma Ogo who haven't been to the class when they ask and say how you spell your Tiwa.
Mm.
And so before Matewa
Mm.
go there, Matewa grandson can be able to enter her information at the end of the day. When she get there, it's just an easy process for her. It's just an easy process for her. And
So, mhm,
another thing, I know it may not go down well with order, but if I were the president,
mhm.
I would have stayed back because from information I gathered, the trip to Dubai, he could have even requested for days, even from he returned from the United States before going to Dubai. But I don't know why at the end of the day, with that kind of crucial process, I should stay back to be the very first person because I'm a first citizen in the country. As I'm encouraging people, let the people be able to see my very self. It happened with the census. Eh? The quote unquote census that were just held.
But the
Now the
president
question
will be
is,
back. He will be back before April 9.
the president will be back before April now. I agree. I'm talking about the momentum, the euphoria, the enthusiasm that it
Yeah,
will bring to the first day.
but he did a video
On the
recording,
first day.
and
On
and
the
it's
first day.
played. Mm.
So those are some of the things. I'm not saying the trip that he made, those are just some of the things. At the end of the day, the president should just stay back. He happy with the census. The president was away for 48 days while they were having fraudulent census. A lot of controversy.
Why you want to call that fraudulent when the international partner said it was the best censor ever? Bobby, are you there? Oh, all right. So we lost Bobby again. So now Bobby argument that he's making is that
Dakpannah,
Bobby, okay, yeah, we'll get to you now. Go ahead.
yeah. In the first place,
Hmm.
in the first place,
Bobby, we're not getting you. Like, I don't know if somebody on your line or what. So we are here on the Dakpannah Show. Please help us share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. All of you guys are following Mr. Achi Wape, Dave Wape, Yono Wape, the three brothers. I don't know you guys are the three Hebrew brothers in Boston, Massachusetts. And I also want to say hi to my big brother, Mr. George Smith Jr., following there, all the way there in Duboro area, Duboro Zubatan area. Mr. George Smith Jr., thank you for joining. Diga Gay Tika Gay Nwe, my little brother, all the way there in Rwanda. Mr. Teddy Tail, Lion Yakun, and the rest of the folks that are following. Continue to share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. We are here. This is the Dakpannah Show. I'm in conversation with my dear friend and brother, Papi. We are discussing trending national issues, those issues that occur during the course of the week. So we are here, Papi, having some technical difficulty. So I will continue to discuss the issue why with him. But yes, so Papi is saying that President Weah should have been in front of the whole censor thing. He should have waited until the censor kickstart. He should have been the one to start the process. He should have been the one to start the process, go and register, set an example that the people will follow from. It is true that President Weah did a audio video recording, encouraging Liberians to turn out to register and vote. But the fact of the matter here is he should have been around. After he did that, he left the country. And the process will be starting on the 20th, which is tomorrow. He's not in the country. Papi thinks that it is wrong on the part of the president to continue to do that. He also talked about the census time. When the census was ongoing, President Weah left before the start of the census, and then he was out of the country for 48 days and so forth. So that's the argument Papi is pushing. I know maybe you want to disagree with Papi. I too want to disagree with Papi to say, but that shouldn't be a problem. President Weah is the president, everybody know. But the fact of the matter, at least he was able to add his voice to encourage Liberians to turn out, to register, for the registration process. So that's what that the argument Papi is pushing. So let's move on. Let's move on now to the same election commission. I listened to the NEC chair lady, uh, how you call it, this lady, Director Brand Lasana. When she was before the legislature, I think that was the Senate. She was before the Senate. She said that they are struggling. They don't have money to continue the process. The finance ministry is reneging to provide the needed funds that they need. I really don't know if it has settled, but the fact of the matter here is that I think the finance ministry need to step up to their games. They need to step up to their games so that the process can go on smoothly. Electioneering process is not something that we can play with. This has to do with the survivability of the country. It has to do with the survivability of the country because that's how people will decide. People got to decide who will lead them and so forth. So I think I think it is I think it's something that we need to continue to encourage the Ministry of Finance, the government of Liberia to play their own part by providing their own fundings so that the process can go on. Joseph, we are welcome, and the rest of the folks following. So that's what it is. We hope that the process can go on smoothly. As you listen to Papi, he appreciating the NEC for the level of work done so far. This is the first time ever in the history of Liberia for Liberia to get involved with the biometric process as it relates to voting. So he said, according to Papi, he said for the local teams, the process is moving on smoothly. Everything is good. Even the link that they provided that you could click on and then put in your information. He went there, he did it, and everything was smooth. The data is accurate and so forth. So we pray that the government and its partners will be able to provide the needed fundings for this election to be conducted on a very free and fair basis and so forth. So that's it. Then one of the things I also want to talk about is the legislature. The legislature closed. They closed on I think on Thursday. Thursday. They closed on Thursday, and that's the for the first quarter of this year. The first quarter they closed, and they will be returning. I think they will be returning in I think May. Yeah, I think they'll be returning either in May or April. No, not April, but May. Yeah, they'll be returned in May. Yeah, so they close for constituency a break, constituency break. So I listened to the protest, I listened to the speaker, they all learned a lot of things, those achievements that those gains that they made during the time the first quarter. This other talking point, and I really wanted for Papi to be here so we can discuss it because this is something that been trending. It's been trending. There is something that is talked about. Two talking points that I want for Papi to be here. Now, let's go to the whole issue, the whole saga that has to do with the former Chief Justice of the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, no one else but Madam Gloria Musu Scott. We all know on the 22nd of February, it was reported that uh, a young lady, a young female, who is believed to be the niece, who is believed to be the niece of how you call it, former Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott, got stabbed multiple times that led to her death. From the initial stage, we got information that there was armed robber who went at the house of the former Chief Justice, went at her house and then tried to attack her. The girl that died in question and the other girl who is injured too, she went ahead and they went ahead and engaged this guy. They engaged the guy and to the extent that the guy couldn't, for him to overpower them, he starved them so as to get to her. That's the time that, according to the former Chief Justice, she said that she had to use pepper spray. She had to use pepper spray to spray this guy, and she was able to, and that's how you were able to flee. I really don't know. There have been a lot of arguments, debate then going around as it relates to the whole pepper spray. Some people are saying that pepper spray is very powerful, more especially in a close range. If you pepper spray somebody, some people say it take up to 30 to 45 minutes before that person can come to themselves a bit. Some people say it take up to 3 hours before that person can come to themselves. So how will Mangora Muzuska, former Chief Justice, pepper spray this man? In that process, the man escaped. How did he escape? How did he really leave? With a pepper spray eyes, how did he really leave? So that's the argument people are saying. Other people are saying, well, it's possible that the pepper spray, it didn't really do a lot to this guy, so the guy escaped and so forth. So that's the argument. But the fact of the matter is that, according to, I listened to the 103, I listened to him, Prince Moba. He's the deputy for crimes. He's the deputy for crimes. I think he's CRD, right? Yeah, crimes, CRD. So the fact of the matter is that he said there hasn't been anything to show that the house was invaded. Nobody invaded the house. There's no record to show. The house is intact, the gate is intact, the house itself is intact. Like nobody intruded, nobody went into the house. As far as they know, they're still investigating. So now people are saying that this whole thing is like it is an in-house fight. It was something that was done from within. But the Gora Muzuska family, they are not really coming out to say the truth. They are not really coming out. According to what I gather from unreliable sources, I heard that I gathered that this girl and this girl that died, Shallow, and the former Chief Justice daughter, they was in a fist fight. They was in a fist fight. So it's like this girl, she was very strong. So she started to beat on, like tried to beat on the former Chief Justice daughter. At the end of the day, the Chief Justice, former Chief Justice came out, this pepper spray that she's talking about, she came out to pat them, to separate them. In the process of separating them, she pepper sprayed this girl that died. So when she pepper sprayed this girl like that, this girl she lost conscience. She lost conscience. She was able to, she dropped to the ground. And that hacker, her daughter went ahead, went for the knife, and started to stab this girl after the girl was helpless due to this pepper spray. Due to the pepper spray, when Shallow was helpless, due to the pepper spray, that's how come she went and took the knife and stabbed this girl multiple times that led to her death. That's the information we've been gathering. But we don't know how true is this information, but we got it from the unconfirmed source. So we don't know if this is true. But the fact of the matter is that we've been getting information as it relates to the whole thing. We don't know who is saying the truth. Who is responsible for the girl death? How will you say that armed robber visited your house, but then there's no burglary, there's no break in. You have security there. The security they were outside. According to the security, nobody intruded. Nobody got into the house unknown to them. And, according to what I was told, they said the guards then said that they heard the sound from within the house. The sound was from within the house. So what really went wrong? It is something that happened that the former chief justice is not telling us. Can the former chief justice come up and really tell us what really went wrong? Who is really responsible for Charlotte's death? Because we all listen to former TRC boss Jehu Verdier, who implicated the Lord Mayor of Monrovia and that of and one of the employees there. He assessed the Lord Mayor. The Lord Mayor and this guy has since come up. The Lord Mayor and this guy have since come up to how you call it, debunk it. They were called into the police for questioning, and they made a statement. But I learned that the police has now considered the Gloria Muzuska family as people of suspect. People of suspect. So they are now considered as people of suspect because they were all in the house when the incident occurred. They were all in the house when the incident occurred, so they consider them as people of suspect. Because according to the Prince mother from the police, he said they have done everything. They have done everything. They have visited the area and so forth. They really don't know what really happening. They really don't know why they're not really getting any trace. So it's like it is an in-house thing. So they call her in again for another. She was there all the time. The former chief justice, according to information, at first she didn't want to cooperate with the police, but then later on she started to cooperate, and everything went well. So that's what it is. That's why it is. Now, we hope that the police will investigate this matter. The police will critically look at all of the facts and then tell us what really went wrong. Because Charlotte's death cannot be swept on the carpet. Charlotte's death cannot be swept on the carpet. This whole thing, it has to do with a young woman, a young female. I understand that this girl was how you call it, was scheduled to graduate from how you call it, stars. So what really went wrong? Who is saying the truth? What really went wrong? So now let's move on now to the last point here as it relates to what transpired on the campus, the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia. We all know what transpired. We all know the attitude of those militants of the Student Unification Party going around chasing government officials, booing at them, yelling at them, trying to instill bodily wound to them, and so forth. Now, Honorable Akaras Gray said that he was to go on the campus. He was to go on the campus on Monday. But before he could get there, the guys from the Student Unification but they defy him. They defy him. They say he cannot go there. They say they don't want him on the campus and so forth. At the end of the day, Honorable Gray said that he would definitely go at that campus. There will be nobody that will stop him. The campus is a public facility. Well, since we're now talking about since we're talking about since we're talking about how you call it since we're talking about the saga at the University of Liberia, we also want to also talk about the vice president and other of government officials that were ran out of that place, chased out of that place. So Honorable Gray said that he will be there, he will go there. And at the end of the day, the students said he will not go. They challenged him. They said if he dare go on the campus, he will meet up with stiff resistance. At the end of the day, he went there. And later on, after he left, Onroyega Korubatu went there as well and other stuff. But a lot of people condemn that, and other people, I must say, I condemn it to the core. But a lot of people condemn the action of Honorable Gray and Onroyega Koruba. I listened to the university president. He said they have suspended all student political activity on the campus. But then the student protested the other day. The soup militants protested the other day, saying that if the school cannot be reopened, if the suspension on party politics cannot be lifted, then at the end of the day, they will definitely try to when they go, they will definitely try to do what they can do. But that's what the president of the University of Liberia is saying. The president of the University of Liberia is saying that we have there will be no more. There will be a suspension of all political activities on the university campus. So the guys are angry. They are challenging the decision. So we are following to see what will really happen. So that's it. That's the issues. Those are the things that occur on the discussion involving what transpired at the University of Liberia. It was discussed within the Senate. We listen to lawmakers. There was some for, there was some against. But one of the person that really shocked me is Honorable Sir Joseph. Honorable Sir Joseph said that it was wrong on the part of the both of them to go and knucklehead. It was wrong on the part for them to implicate the students for the campuses of the University of Liberia to be disrupted. So Yega Koruba and Akara Gray, they were condemned by Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph condemned them, and everybody like wow. So everybody can say, oh, see, this can move on beyond each other. But the fact of the matter is that they were blasted out, people condemned them, and so forth. So that's it. We are following the issues in the motherland. I really don't know whether my papi will be back. I really don't know. But you guys, if you want to call in to participate into the broadcast, you can call in and let's discuss the issue. Yeah, let's discuss all of the issues. So that's it. That's it. But for me, if I want to give my personal take as it relates to what transpired on the University of Liberia campus, I believe that it was an unprovoked attack by the students against Akara's grade. Akara Gray is the lawmaker for District Number 8. He is the lawmaker, and the University of Liberia sits within his district. So who gave the student authorization? Who gave them authorization to deny somebody from accessing that campus? Who really gave them that authorization? I think that was totally wrong. and then we needed somebody to stand up to them. Because a lot of times when these things happen, those guys they will definitely go, and and do their instruction or instruction back home. They will not allow the person to see them. So that's why it is. That's why it is. I don't think Akara Gray was wrong. I don't think Honorable Gray was wrong. That was his right to access that campus. That was his right to go on the campus. But the fact of the matter is that I really don't know what really going on. That all the government officials, the upper officials, they are asked not to attend the University of Liberia. So I really don't know. So that's it. And it's that we cannot get Papi back. But those are the things that we thought to talk about today on this edition of the Dakpannah Show. So we will hang around for a few more minutes to see if we can get callers. If not, then we will call it a day. We'll call it a day. But that's why it is. I don't know Akara's Gray or Yage Koluba did what they could do. A lot of students were wounded, some students were wounded, some students were injured, and so forth. So that's why it is. So I want to say thanks to all of you guys, and we'll continue to be here to discuss. But before I leave, I have been hearing rumors from the grapevine that former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boaka is right now very confused about who to pick for his running mate. You're very confused. So he attacked you at the end. The the how you call it or what I want to say is Joseph Yuma Boaka Joseph Yuma Boaka is right now in a state of confusion. He's in a state of confusion on who to select as his running mate. Former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boaka is in a state of confusion who to select as his running mate. I've been hearing names. The latest name I've heard is Henry P. Costa. Henry Pesio Costa is a political commentator, a talk show host. I'm understanding that Boaka is considering selecting Costa as his running mate. I also learned that he also shortlisted Jeremiah Kung. Jeremiah Kung. He also shortlisted Yomitanga Lawrence, the senator for Grand Bassa County. So we don't know. We don't know when will they make the decision. They promised us that by February they were going to make the decision, but February has since come and gone. Now we are in March. We are understanding that shortly, he will be naming his running mate. So we are waiting to see. We are waiting to see Joe Boaga. Who will you select? Who will you select? We are waiting. The decision that you will make on Joe Boaga, the decision you will make will either help you or harm you. It will either help you or harm you. Because all the names. So that's why it is. All the names that we hearing, they are all formidable. So if you see that one, you fully aware that you will lose the others. So that's why it is. So that's it. I want to say thank you all for being with me on the show. It's always good being here on the Dakpannah Show. We'll be back again with another conversation. I want to say thanks to all you guys for following the broadcast. These days, if we don't have cause, then we won't just be here talking and talking. But we have discussed everything that we needed to have talked about. So I want to say thank you all. We'll be back again another time. Watch out for Dakpannah 24 News and Television on your mobile device. So that what it is. So I want to say thank you. We'll be back again another time. So I want to say thanks to all of you guys that have been following the broadcast. Those of you that helped us share. I want to say thank you all. We'll be back again another time.